Right, so we've got some super pissed off bees. You just have to keep completely calm. Trust that the suit's going to protect you. I just got stung. So I can't believe it. That's the first time I've been stung by these bees. Okay, this is getting really extreme now. There are so many stings happening in my gloves. And then we've got a whole bunch of bees stinging me again, and I've just been stung in the hand. Oh man, I've been stung in both hands now. This is ridiculous. I've just been stung on my back. You can see it's just covered in bee stings. Hey guys and girls, it's Ken here from OKportugal. We're on our farm in Central Portugal and we are just between Castelo Branco and Fundão. It's a beautiful day. We're a couple of days before the summer starts. We've just been on holiday. If you see our last video, you can tell that we were in the Algarve, and so I haven't had a chance to check out our beehives for a while. So I'm just driving down there now quickly, and yeah, we're just going to make sure that everything's all right. Whew, it's getting warm already. Crazy. So as you can probably tell, I'm putting on a bee suit. Now I've got to wear this suit because you've probably seen YouTube videos of people like playing around with bees with their bare hands, you know, not getting stung and stuff like that. But I'm a novice beekeeper, and also the type of bees that we are keeping are very defensive. So if you go sticking your hand in there or your face, you're going to have a serious problem. So it gets incredibly hot here during the summertime. The temperatures can go all the way up to about 40 degrees. And I think the highest recorded temperature according to Google was 40.6 degrees. Now I know I have had people saying that, oh, it gets a lot hotter than that. I'm not sure, you know, I'm just going with the temperatures that Google set. You know, potentially they are measuring temperatures in the sun, or they're measuring like air temperatures, you know, that have been radiated by direct sunshine. I'm not sure. But Google says 40.6, you know, that's still incredibly hot. And as you can see, everything gets really dry. So yeah, it's extreme stuff. So we've been away for a little while and we haven't really had a chance to check what's going on. The grass is looking quite overgrown in front of the hives as well, which sort of prohibits them from flying very well. So I'm going to have to come down here, get some clippers. Now I brought absolutely everything with me in the car, which is why I used the car. So I could bring tripods, cameras, you know, water for the bees, the bee tools. But I forgot the clippers. I originally came down here with just the clippers. I was going to do this on my own, and I thought, hang on a second, I need to film this. So I walked half of the way down, and yeah, I left the clippers down here. These are really blunt. They're blunt, and the joint, they like don't seal properly. So I don't know. It's a very painful experience cutting with these clippers. Which one shall we use? This one. Yeah, filming bee stuff is quite difficult. When you're on your own, when you've got these gloves on, it's quite difficult, especially when you're holding frames with one hand and you've got a whole bunch of bees flying around in your face. So I'm going to do the best I can, and hopefully I can show you some cool stuff. Right, now let me just give you a little rundown of what's going on here. We've got two hives. This one over here is obviously bigger. You can see it's two boxes. This hive was split, which basically means we created two hives out of this hive and moved the second hive into here. Now the split appears to have done really well. We've got lots of activity, lots of bees coming in and out, but the original hive that was split doesn't seem to be doing as well. This is just on basic observations. What we've also done is cut the grass, because the grass was getting a bit long. So now the bees can sort of fly in without hindrance. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up. I think we're going to start with this one, and we're going to see how things are going. So I haven't been able to look in here for a little while because we were on holiday. The first thing I notice is that we have a little wasp that's basically come in here and made a house. So that wasp has to go. That keeps on happening. It seems to be a normal occurrence. Other than that, the lid seems fine. Another thing that's happened is their water tray is completely empty. So I'm just going to take that off. Wow, they've really stuck it down with propolis. But yeah, take off the water tray. We will fill that back up with water again. And now we want to look at the lid and make sure that there's no little nasties. Now there's a few earwigs and things, and those are perfectly fine. Spiders are fine, but we just want to make sure that there's no other nasty things. So I've got a tool over here, and this basically helps me lift up frames and also helps me lift up things that have been stuck down with the bee's propolis. Now I'm a complete novice at bees. Well, I wouldn't say complete novice. We've been keeping them for just over a year. Well, actually, I don't even think so. I think this is probably within our first year because we got them last summer. Look at that. Okay, so we've got a lot of bees in here. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm looking at the bees. I'm making sure that they don't have varroa mites, which look like little red ticks. I'm also making sure that their wings are looking healthy, that none of them have got like broken wings or deformed wings, because that would be a sign of varroa mite. And also, another thing I'm looking for is something called wax moth. There's like a little worm, a wax moth worm or larvae, that basically starts to eat through all of the combs. Okay, so this hive is looking very full. I'm probably going to have to put another box on, but let me start and have a look at what's going on. Wow, this looks amazing. Okay, so all of this on this side is brood, which is basically eggs, and all of this on this side is honey. You know, this is completely full of honey and brood. In fact, I've never seen the hives looking like this before. This is incredible. I think actually what I need to be doing here is putting on a new box and taking some of these frames and putting them into the new box, because this is a lot of honey. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to come back with another box, and yeah, there's absolutely no space to start working around in here unless I get a new box involved. So the suit's quite good at protecting you, but there's obviously lots of stings. I've got stings in my gloves, I've got stings all over the camera, so I need to make sure that I remove all of those before I take my gloves off, because even after the sting has stung, it's still sitting there, it's still sharp, it still has poison in it. I have yet to be stung by these bees. I don't really want bees in the car. Actually, do you know what? It doesn't matter, I'm wearing a suit. Come on bees, you can come in the car with me, it doesn't matter. Driving in a bee suit, it's not something you get to see every day. Okay, so the plan is that I'm going to get this, this other box so that I can expand the size of the hive, because right now all of the frames are just absolutely covered in honey and brood. Whew, it is getting hot. I'm absolutely sweating bullets. It's going up to 35 today. Apparently the real field temperature is going to be 38. So I am a novice at keeping bees. Probably going to have loads of people telling me that I'm doing stuff wrong, etc, etc. Welcome to the internet. But I'm doing the best that I can, and the bees seem to be quite happy and quite healthy, so I think that's a telltale sign. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it's really hot. Whew. Now during these hot summers, you're supposed to get your work done early in the morning before the sun comes out, and then you basically just chill out for the rest of the day. So I can't wait for that. All right, there we go. So let me just show you what we're working with here. This is another box. It's supposed to be full of frames, but that's okay. What we'll do today is we'll go out and we'll buy some more frames. But for the time being, what we need to do is take some of the full frames from there, put them up in this top box, and then take some of these empty frames and put them down in the bottom box. And essentially what we'll have is a double hive like that. It means they have extra space to basically build out the frames with honey and brood, so the hive can grow bigger and bigger. Now, I've never ever done this before. You know, ideally I should have a full box of frames here, and I can basically take some out of there and start mixing and matching them so they're almost like a checkerboard design. But obviously I don't have that luxury, so what we're going to do is, well, we're just going to figure it out as we go along. So it's quite intimidating opening up a hive like this. These bees, let me say, are they're basically emitting a sound that is telling you in a very primal way that you shouldn't put your hand in here, you shouldn't put your face near here. So yeah, it's you know, I'm not exactly used to keeping bees, and it's quite scary. So let's figure this out. Let's already take this one because we've done it before. Oh man, these bees are not happy. You know, they want to protect their hive. They want to protect the honey. Now what I've done is I put this top box above the lid. So if I do pick up a frame that happens to have the queen on it, if she does fall down, she's going to fall into the lid. Anyway, I don't know if you can see what I look like right now, but I'm absolutely covered in bees, and it's quite scary, to be honest. The one thing I've learned is you just have to keep completely calm, trust that the suit's going to protect you, and just work calmly and methodically. This frame is almost completely full of brood. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's get that frame down here. Actually, I can't checkerboard because I'm going to have to start replacing these with full ones. What I don't want to be doing is coming back and having to open up the whole hive again to put the remaining frames in. So I think what I'll do is I'll put these empty frames in here. That way, when I come back with the frames, I'm not going to have to open up the whole thing. I can just put the empty frames inside the top hive. I'm figuring this all out as I go along, as you can probably tell. So let's take this frame now. Wow, again, this is just full of brood. Some of them have hatched and they're preparing them for more eggs. So incredible, man. These bees are really busy and strong. Okay, so I need to start putting frames back where I've taken frames out. So I'm not sure if I've explained this before, but if the hives get too full, they realize that it's too full, they start producing a queen or a new queen. And then they do a swarm, which is basically they just take off and leave. And that's the last thing you want them to do. You know, we want to keep them in here. We need to make sure that they always have space. And right now they have no space. But yeah, once I put this top box on, they're going to have plenty of space. So this is what the top looks like. We've put some empty frames, like one there, one there, one there. So they've got room to expand. And these are what the 3 frames look like that we've taken out. When I get back later on, we're going to go to the shops and we're going to buy some more frames to put inside here. Alright, so we've got some super pissed off bees. They are just proper swarming. They're stinging the cameras. They're going completely crazy. So yeah, let's get this back on. Or let's get this on, let's say. We're going to do a bit of a sweep. So we don't want to squash bees. So I'm going to sweep this along. And hopefully I don't crush any bees on the way down. Come on, bees. Out the way. It's for your own good, guys. I must say, this is the most bees I've ever seen in my face. It's actually quite scary. I've never really been it's not like I was born as someone who loves bees or anything like that. I just wanted to keep bees because, you know, the bees need help, and we've got lots of space, and it would be nice to get the honey as well. Let's give you guys another look. So now we have the 2 boxes. Obviously we have a lot of space on the sides, but we're going to fill those up. We need to get those in quickly so they don't build these frames out too far, and then you can't actually get other frames in. So the only other thing we're going to do here is basically fill it up with water. So when I move these bees out the way, fill this up with water, and then basically they don't have to fly far to get any water on, you know, for the hive. All right, let's close it up. We will be coming back later and putting in the spare frames, but for now, I just want these bees to relax. Oh wait, I forgot one thing here. It's the little door to close it. Put that in there. Job done. And then there's one more thing that we're going to do here is the entrance. As you can see, it's very small. We need to open up this entrance so that it's much wider, kind of like this one over here, where you've got lots of open spaces. because this is a very big hive. It's also summer, it's very hot. I must say it's kind of like a weird meditation, having all these bees flying around your head, and you know that you're kind of in danger, but you're just ignoring it. It's like a form of weird mindfulness. Right, that's done. I mean, look at this. These bees are going crazy. They're stinging everything, especially fluffy things. They think fluffy things are like bears or something. Okay, so now this is the hive that we originally made the split from. And as you can see, there's not much action going on here, so I'm a little bit concerned as to what's going on here. I'm going to have to open it up and have a look now. First things first, the lid. We've got a wasp nest in here, which is kind of normal. So you get rid of that. We have a giant spider. Oh, he's just run away. Wait, go back in there. It was nice having you in here, dude. There we go, go back in. Okay, so let's have a look in here. There's no wax marks or anything like that. Obviously their water container is empty. Okay, so there's a lot of bees in here. So that's a good sign. Let's open it up and hope for the best. Here's the bee tool. It's like a little crowbar. It lets you open things up. Bees make a thing called propolis, and they basically use that to seal any gaps. They don't want gaps in the hive because other, like bugs can get in, like wax moths and things like that. So they make this propolis stuff. It's almost like a glue, and they seal things very effectively. So you need like a little crowbar to pry things open. All right, so that's now open. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to have a general look at the bees' condition. They're looking healthy, no bad wings. I'm not seeing any varroa mites. So it looks pretty good. Let's put this frame down. Okay, now things aren't as busy in here as I was expecting. Considering the other hive's completely built out, this frame looks kind of empty-ish. There's honey on there, honey on there. I just got stung. There we go. Just got stung through the glove. Okay, I need to get rid of that before it stings me again. There we go. All right. So I've just been stung through the glove. It was bound to happen at some stage. Jeez. Okay, well that's got quite a burn on it. Okay, so as I was saying, we've got some empty frames, and then we have some full frames. I was expecting all of them to be full, but yeah, let's have a look at what's going on. So I can't believe it. That's the first time I've been stung by these bees. Oh, that really hurts. It's proper burning now. Okay, so a completely empty frame, nothing going on. I don't see any nasties in there. No wax marks, no nothing. Another empty frame. They're starting to build it out a little bit, getting it ready to expand the hive. Full frame of honey. Wow, very heavy. Not so full on the other side. So just honey over there, that's amazing. Look at this glove. It's being stung all over. As long as I don't tense my hand, the sting should hopefully not get through. Another full frame of honey, look at that. That's just full of honey, both sides. Wow, that's incredible. Not seeing any brood yet, which is kind of strange. Okay, so this one's got nectar, it's got some honey on it. I'm not seeing any brood, which is a little bit concerning. But there's lots of bees in here, so they must be, being born. Again, we've got just honey, tons of honey and nectar. But I'm not seeing any brood. So this is weird. I wonder if we're missing a queen. How strange. Okay, yeah, so honey again, honey and nectar, very heavy. No brood. We've got drone cells. Wow, just tons of honey. Tons of honey, absolutely no brood whatsoever. So I'm not sure what's actually going on here. This is a bit strange because I don't think bees last particularly long. So I don't know why there's so many bees, but there don't seem to be any new bees being born. But as I said, I am a beginner beekeeper, so I'm going to have to look that up. I wonder if it's possible that this full hive over here ran out of space and started to use this hive over here as a, just as a honey storage. Okay, this is getting really extreme now. There are so many stings happening in my gloves that I think I'm going to have to get some water to subdue them. I've never actually had to use it before, but I think now is the time. I'll be right back. So look at this. This camera, every single part of black is just covered in stings. My gloves are just covered in stings. So this is getting really, really ropey. Look how they're attacking all of the fluffy stuff here. I'm going to need to put some water mist down, and that water mist will hopefully subdue them. Now some people use smoke, and smoke's supposedly like the most effective way of doing it. But the problem is when you've got really dry stuff like this around you, it becomes a fire hazard, especially in Central Portugal. So I'm going to be using water. I think that makes them think that it's raining and they all go down in the hive. I'm not 100% sure. I've never actually used it before because the hives have never really been that much of a problem. Spray them on the entrance, spray them on the top, and make them all dive down so they don't harass me anymore. I know they're just doing their job, but jeez man, that sting was painful. Alright, so we've checked this top box. Now what we need to do is check the bottom box. And we're going to be looking for things like varroa mites. We're going to be looking for wax moths or the wax moth larvae. And just anything that can interfere with the bees. I also want to check and make sure that there's actually larvae in here, because if there's no larvae, if there's no, if there's no brood, that means that there's no queen. And if there's no queen, then this hive's going to die because bees don't live that long. So, yeah, I'm a little bit worried because I haven't seen any brood. Again, we use this tool and we just loosen up the propolis. Make sure we can get in here without it sticking together. There we go. There we go. That looks good. Oh, that really is stuck together. Okay, and then we're just going to put this on here. Again, this is not looking too good. I've got a feeling that there might not be a queen in here. Let me just show you what's going on. So that's an empty frame, and then we've got a whole bunch of bees stinging me again, and I've just been stung in the hand. Okay, let me just put down this camera quickly. Just been stung in the hand through the gloves again. I think I need to get myself some better gloves, because this is not fun. I've never been stung by these guys, and now all of a sudden twice. Twice in a very short space of time. Let's see if I can get rid of them off my face here. Let's get back to business. Oh man, I've been stung in both hands now. This is ridiculous. Okay, so as I was saying, it's not looking particularly busy in here. You would expect that, all of this to be completely full and the top frames to be full, and that's just not happening. Look at that. We've got a frame that's been built out, but nothing's going on. We've got another frame that looks like it's the same. Built out, nothing going on. We've got a whole bunch of capped honey and nectar, but we have no brood whatsoever, which is very strange. By now you should be seeing brood. Now the brood is basically the eggs and the larvae that are developing and turning into other bees. So we've got lots and lots of bees, but no brood. So this is very strange. Okay. And yeah, these bees are just getting so upset with me now. I need to spray them a bit more, because this is intense. Again, no brood, just honey and nectar, and lots of bees stinging my gloves. Again, no brood, honey, nectar. So there's a bit of a theme going on here. I've just been stung on my back. Okay, so I can see what's happening here. There's no brood, and there's no queen by the looks of it. If there was a queen, she would be mating and she would be laying eggs and we would have brood. So I'm going to close this up because I'm just getting absolutely annihilated here by bees, and I'm going to try and figure out what's going on. Right, just been stung on the hand again. I don't know if you can see, but I'm just covered in stings. And when I stretch the gloves by closing my knuckles, I'm getting stung. So that's sting number 4. Ah, man. Crazy. Okay. Probably not a good idea to be doing that here. Let's close this up. There we go. Don't worry, bees. Oh, I've just been stung on the back again. Ah, that really hurts. Okay. Don't worry, bees. I'm out of here. You're right. I'm getting in the way. Okay, let me get the hell out of here. Oh, I forgot to put the water container on. I think I need to just run away for a bit and let them calm down, because this is intense. Whew. Ah. No, let's get this out the way. Just do it. Okay. You're here, get it done. It's actually quite scary, guys. I think I need to get a better bee suit. You know, this is like, what am I stung now? 6 times? 5, 6 times? It's not fun. Oh, another one through the hand. Oh. Okay. Basically, these bee stings are in my gloves. So I'm sort of closing my hand and then it's getting through. That one just got through as well. Oh, okay. I need to get the hell out of here before... Oh man, that is painful. That's right in the same knuckle as I got stung earlier. Whew. Don't worry, bees. I'm on my way. I'm trying to help you guys. Here we go. I can't believe this. Is that still recording? Yeah, look at this. Look at this camera just covered in bee stings. And this is bonkers. I'm very glad that that's over. Unfortunately, I still have to go back and put some more frames in there. I can't believe it. I mean, I haven't been stung by bees in years. Certainly not as I've been keeping them, and I've just been stung like I have lost count. So, whew, not fun, man. Not fun at all. Oh. I think smoke would have been the answer there. Oh no, the car's getting full of bees now. Okay, I'm going to turn off these cameras. I need a reset and get out of this swarm. I got stung so much, like all over my hands. They were getting in through like the joints or the seams of the gloves. Every time like I would pull a fist, then they would get in. But fortunately, it was just like the tips of the stings getting in, and the venom sacs didn't really have a chance to pump lots of venom in, because straight after I was getting stung, I was kind of flicking them off. But so many, I mean, I'm interested in going back through that footage and finding out just how many stings I got. But now we're heading into Fundau. I'm going to buy some more frames. If you remember when I was adding the top box into the first hive, we were missing 6 frames. So we just have to buy those frames and get them in there before they start building out the current frames so wide that you just can't get more frames in. That's where we're heading now. And yeah, it's in Fundau, a place called Eco Campo. Cool. So we've got all of that. And we've got some chicken food. We've got some anti-worming stuff, or deworming stuff for the chickens. And yeah, it's hot. Let's see what the car says. The car's giving it 29.5. So we bought frames and we've bought like wax foundation, I think that's what they call it. So we've got the foundation, we've got the empty frames, and the frames have got like wire inside. I've never actually done this before, but I've just been pushing the wax onto the wire, so it's kind of embedded in there, and hopefully the bees will do the rest. I might have done it wrong. I'm sure there might be people on YouTube going, oh no, you've done that completely wrong, you've got to do XYZ, but it's a really hot day, the wax is quite soft, it seems to have done the trick. Ta-da, job done. So we got 6 frames to put back in there. This time around, I'm going to start off with the water, and I'll bring a big camera as well, just in case we need some close-ups. So we're all kitted up, we've got our wax frames, and now it's time to go back down there. Now, I am in the suit because those bees were like seriously swarming only like 2 hours ago, and I don't want to rock up there without the suit just in case. So yeah, I'm going to drive down there, save myself a little bit of trouble. Yeah, so if you've been watching our videos for a while and you notice that I don't really drive much, it's because I've got a problem with my inner ear, and basically when I'm in a car traveling at certain speeds and when it gets warm and the temperature changes, I get like really bad vertigo and dizziness. So I'm okay to like drive on the farm and stuff, but it's not really safe for me to drive on motorways and stuff. So yeah, so you never really see me driving much, but yeah, that's the reason. We're suited, we're booted, and yeah, they don't seem to be attacking anymore, so that's good. So all we're going to be doing is putting in these 6 frames, and we're going to bring this with us so we can chill these bees out a bit. They seem a lot more placid. Let's just spray some water on them quickly. Right, so same as before, we're going to be taking off the lid, but this time we're going to be replacing the these frames. Yeah, they're still a bit pissed off from earlier. Yep, this is crazy. Already I open it up and they're already going straight into attack mode. I hope I don't get stung more because I've already been stung so many times today. Do you know what? I've bought frames. I bought frames that are too big for the hive. I don't believe it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to shut this up and come back another day when I've got the right size frames. Okay, well, I guess on the plus side, I don't have to sit here anymore and get stung. Yeah, this hive is on alert. Sheesh. So I don't know if you guys can make out all of these bees swarming around me, but if it weren't for the suit, I'd be in serious trouble. I have actually been stung through my gloves earlier on today. I got stung through the material on my back, and that was basically because I was you know, stretching the fabric very close against my skin. You can see now just how effective these bees are in protecting themselves. These are very defensive bees. These are not the kind of ones that you go in without gloves and without a suit. And I'm going to leave now because they're very, very upset. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Tune in next time for some more Portugal farm life. Ciao.